Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Builders Hall 3. And yeah, this is kind of where I progressed at. If you guys missed the stream yesterday, I'm currently in competition with Klaus Gaming, Clash Bashing, Duke, Echo Through Me, and Judo Sloth. The links for their channels will be down in the description below. And right now we're in a little bit of a competition. The ground rules as follows. We're really just kind of trophy pushing. See who can be out in the lead, who can max this base out as quickly as possible. But the biggest rule of all is absolutely no gemming whatsoever. We're not allowed to gem at all, to include cook time. So even when we have troops cooking to get into the next match, we have to wait it out. We can't gem it for whatever it is it costs to do so. So anyways, this is the base that I've been using. Today we're going to talk about, trophy pushing from about 300 to 400 cups all the way to about 1,300 cups. And this is for you guys that have only 2 army camps. As I put up some footage in the background, you can see that I've bounced around a little bit. I've pushed all the way up to 13 something. I think I got low 13s. And really where I start to lose is due to the guys that have 3 army camps. And so, the higher in cups that you go is really the point where you start getting more loot. So you only get 3 attacks where you actually gain loot. So you got to try to get up there in cups as high as possible in order to gain the loot on the next pull. And I've done that in about 2 days, 2 to 3 days. I was able to finally build my 3rd army camp as of this morning. However, the struggles are real. So, pushing up, I've been using strictly archers. The sneaky archers are quite OP actually. If you have the right base present itself. Now, I mean, really, you're going after percentage for these guys that are unknowing and have these builders halls that are on the outskirts of their bases. I go directly after that. Now they're trying to get a little bit slicker by adding the mines over there. They add the mines around that area to try to take out your archers, but it's not really working out in that sense for them. So I made it all the way up to 1,300 cups by using strictly the 12 archers. However, I start running into people like this where I got to worry about, the 3rd army camp. And that's where things get a little tricky is once those guys have the 3rd army camp, then they start bringing in the giants. So this guy was kind of deciding on where to come in on this base. Obviously, that one entry point on my base has a trap in it. It's a known fact at this point for you guys that have been playing for the entire week that this thing has been out, that the giants will target the open entry depending on where you put them on the base. Now, if you had to put them on the opposite side of the base, they would have probably targeted the wall, but they're not going to crack through the wall. They're not that powerful. So anyways, that's kind of what we're looking like. This guy's going to completely demolish my base based off of having the additional 2 giants in that 3rd army camp. So that's really the kind of the goal there, is to push as high as possible and unlock the loot in order to get that 180,000 elixir to build that 3rd army camp. So we made it to that point. We're not going to watch the rest of this raid because he's gotten all the defenses down and we already know how he went about it to do it. So there's a couple of things in order to be successful from about 400 cups up to about 1,300 cups. It's having a decent base that's gonna kind of cause them to have a low percentage. So guys have taken this base on with strictly barbarians and failed, and they've also come in with the 4 giants and failed. The only 2 army camps. Now when they start crossing into that 3rd army camp, that's where they get a little bit of an advantage on my base. I haven't built the crusher yet. That will be the next defensive upgrade, and actually I believe the final upgrade on this base. It will be the crusher will be the next item placed. And then I'll continue to work on upgrading and maxing all the defenses out on this base as well as my troops. I'm pretty sure at this point I only have the 3 troops that I need to max out in order to be able to progress into Builders Hall 4. And that's really my goal here at this point, is I'm going to hang out at Builders Hall 3 until everything is maxed out. And then at that point, I'm going to go to Builders Hall 4. So right now, I'm not really sure where I'm at in the rankings when it comes to cups towards my peers. However, I'm pretty sure I'm down near at the bottom on how much I've actually pushed. But yeah, so like in this raid right here, I'm winning strictly based off of percentage unless they put the Builders Hall on the outskirts of the base. I'm trying to gain as much percentage as possible in order to gain the win, hoping that they're going to end up failing on my base. And so far, my base has actually held up really well through the lower cups up until the point about 1,300. And that's really kind of where I lulled out, meaning that I can't progress any farther past that until I get that 3rd army camp and then also add the crusher. So once I get the crusher, I will build a new base and you know, see where it goes from there, and you know, incorporate that the crusher, as well as the spring traps, as well as the push traps. I want to kind of add a little bit of a trickery going on there, adding the push trap to sling troops into the crusher and slow these guys down from being able to crush my base with strictly giants. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at with it right now. We'll take a look at a few more replays. This one was a defeat here. I already showed that one. And, you know, this guy right here, he did have the additional camp as well with the 2 giants and the 6 archers. No, never mind. That's my bad. That's only 2 army camps. So let's see exactly how he approached this. And a lot of it's really patience. They're not really spamming. He dropped the 2 giants in the location to tank for the archer tower as well as that cannon, but they're going to go find that entry point, or they, you know, purposely opened up a point in the base. Loses 1 giant due to a spring trap, and then he just managed to have a giant survive. The archers is giving the archers plenty of time to take out the cannon, and then they're going to work on this archer tower, and it just kind of opens it up. He ends up gaining percent here. That's kind of what happens here. But yeah, so I mean, not every base is going to be. I'm actually curious to see what you guys say in the comments below about your bases and how you've actually been able to hold up in the on defense. A good defense is actually turning into a good offense in the early stages of trophy pushing in order to get that loot later on. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. We're going to wrap it up there. I will try to do another stream, guys. Once the army camp is built and once I get the crusher built, I'm going to end up doing another stream, guys, on both Twitch and here on YouTube to continue to push. We're going to continue to try to compete and work, you know, work against my peers here and try to get out in the lead. We will have a leaderboard here for you in the next upcoming days on how these you know, the YouTube channels are actually doing versus each other. Drop those comments below and let me know what you guys think about Builders Hall 3, and thanks for watching, guys.